hopefully. We are going to be watching the UFC 326 press conference live from Las Vegas. I totally forgot there's a press conference. I actually was popping on here to start work on my the next fight card picks. John Dong, what's going on, buddy? I saw you in Gerber's chat earlier today. I think, if I remember correctly, you're in Oklahoma. How's Oklahoma treating you, buddy? Hey, man, I'm doing well. I can't complain. I'm excited for these fights this weekend. Yeah, I hear you, dude. Is it cold there right now? I bet it's pretty fucking cold. I know the weather's been weird everywhere though. Like it's been like unseasonably warm in Illinois. So I know it's probably weird right now. Hey, you'll get out of there soon, bro. Make your way to Texas. I think you said Texas or Florida. You'll do it. You got it. Arizona's always good too if you're trying to stay warm. 76 today. There you go. That's all that matters, man. What's going on, guys? We got a couple others in here. Drop a message in the chat. John Dong, who you picking this weekend? Yeah, me too, bro. I think Holloway's got this one. You know, there's a lot of people that had me thinking that somehow Charles might be able to get it done. You know, there's like a lot of people going that way. But I just feel like the volume and constant pressure for Max is going to be a problem for him. I got to figure out the best approach here for this press conference. Yeah, dude, I think Holloway's got this one. But it'll be interesting to see what they do after this. Like, where does Holloway go? Like, does he get a title shot? I know Armin's still out there too, so it's like, dude, the BMF belt, I love it because it makes for really good fights. The only issue that I have with it at this point is it does kind of stall the division a little bit, especially when you have a guy like Max who's kind of at the very top of the division now. It's like whoever's in that fight is kind of tied up. So yeah, dude, did you see the Tom Aspinall shit that's going on? The Tom Aspinall thing is pretty interesting, bro. I don't really know what's gonna happen with all that, bro. I already know that Dana's ass is gonna be pissed about it, though. That's for sure. What's up, guys? I see we got some more viewers. Drop some messages in the chat here, y'all. Say what's up. We're gonna watch the press conference coming up here. We're gonna see and hear some stupid fucking questions from the media. What is this? What does this fight mean to you guys? To fight here in at T-Mobile Arena. But yeah, dude, interesting shit, guys. We got the press conference coming up. We've got a lot of news that is on the horizon here, according to Dana White. Now, we all know how that goes. When Dana says he's gonna drop some fight news, you just be ready to fucking be up all night. I don't know if you guys saw whoever's in here, but No Bromo MMA was. I think he was live for like 12 hours for the last Dana News uh, situation, which you got to give him respect for that. That shit's crazy. This is a little dark. See if we can lower the aperture. There we go. Show off that fucking pale white skin, baby. What's going on, y'all? I hope my chat is my chat fucking frozen, dude. No, doesn't look like it. I see 5 people in here. Drop some chats, y'all. You know, I get worried sometimes when it freezes up because we've had that happen before here. What does this fight mean to you on Saturday, Max? Like, how do you see yourself finishing this fight? We gonna find out Saturday night, baby. We gonna find out Saturday night. I'm trying to do my best, Max Holloway. It's not that good. I wish I could just fucking stream the like have the press conference going, but I don't think I can. I'm gonna have it going on my phone. All right, we got 7 concurrent viewers, guys. Drop some chats for me. Hit the chat up. Chat's dry right now, y'all. Come on now. What are you guys thinking for the questions at the press conference? Think we're gonna get anything interesting? Do you think anyone's gonna ask Dana about the Tom Aspinall shit? Bro, so Kyle Dawkins or Bo Nickel? I'm gonna be honest. I lean the Darce Knight on that one, buddy. Which is Kyle Dawkins. The reason I lean that way, I'm not like I know that Bo Nickel got a head kick KO, but I'm not that impressed with his stand up, especially the boxing just yet. I think Kyle Dawkins is putting it together, man. I fuck with Kyle Dawkins. And also I like his ability on the ground if it, from a submission perspective, but there is that chance that Bo Nickel kind of smothers him, It's a good fight though. John, I like that. You also I liked your Mario Bautista versus Peyton Talbot. You've got like that's a high ranking fight kind of because you got both those guys in the top 10, but the Kyle Dawkins Bo Nickel fight is kind of a sleeper matchup, Who do you have in between Kyle Dawkins and Bo Nickel? You'll have to let me know. That's a fun matchup, though, bro. That's a good fight. It is one of those ones where I don't know. I wouldn't feel like 1,000% confident. I don't think. Good question. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I guess Roman Delite is not really a wrestler, right? What up, Torin? How you doing, buddy? But yeah, Dawkins is. I'd have to look at his resume. Let me pop in there. You pop into the Tapology real quick here. It's about to start, Torin. At 6 p.m. I'm gonna play it off my phone and just watch it kind of react while I'm on here. I wish I could just share it. I just don't want to. I don't want my shit to get taken down. You know, it kind of sucks. All right, we're looking. Hey, Torin, let's see. Let's hear your POV. You've got a good mind for these breakdowns. Torin, who do you have if Kyle Dawkins and Bo Nickel were to fight? Kyle Dawkins has been in there with some good guys. He's tall, rangy. Okay. So obviously Kyle Dawkins beat Gerald Mearshart. Not much of a wrestler, though, if I'm not mistaken. He also fought Eric Anders. I think Eric Anders has some grappling. You got Bo Nickel. Yeah, Torrin, I was saying that I right now I kind of like Kyle Dawkins in that fight, but it's one of those ones where you just don't know. I like Kyle Dawkins for the fact that he has shown that he's kind of leveled up in the stand up. You know, he basically he got a Darce choke over Gerald Mearshart, but he pretty much KO'd him before that, you know. And the KO over Michel Pereira was shocking, in my opinion. I did not fucking expect him to do that. But I did say at the same time, Bo Nickel's got that style where he could potentially, you know, smudge grapple, just, you know, out grapple him and potentially even submit him. But Kyle Dawkins does have good jits. We're getting this press conference loaded up here. Oh shit, dude, I tweaked myself out just now. I accidentally joined my live stream. Because I did a little fun tactic. I didn't know what image to use, so I threw up the image that the UFC is using, which is probably gonna piss people off. I didn't mean to do it that way. I'm not really sure what to use for the photo. That's why I put watch along though. Got it pulled up here. Torin, I'm hoping that you'll stop by. I'm gonna do a live stream on Saturday night, and I'm hoping that you'll come by for the main event. Torin, I want you to be, you know, you can give me some shit if Charles gets it done, because you've been a outspoken supporter. I know you've been you know, yelling from the rooftops that Oliveira's got this, and I look, if he does win, I'll be happy for you because I'll be like, Torin was saying this shit the whole time. All right, John Dong, we'll see you later, buddy. I appreciate you popping in. Torin, I'm what I'm hoping for at the very least is I'm hoping that it's not a first or second round finish on either side. I'm hoping that we get a true BMF type fight where these guys slug it out a bit, you know? That's what makes it a fun fight. What's going on to everybody else? I see we got 6 viewers. Let's drop some chats, y'all. Say what up. Currently in the live stream chat, guys, if there's people spamming Charles Dubronx. LUFC. I'm trying to see if there's any good ones in here. Blessed Express. All right, it's coming, guys. About to start. Torrin, did you see that Tom Aspinall news today? That he signed with Eddie Hearn for management? I love that, Torrin. You're right. You're right. 100%. Yeah, I agree. I think that the only issue for Tom on that is I expect the UFC to react in a petty manner. But dude, going back to the Holloway situation, I really think that Oliveira, the one thing that I even said in my breakdown is that Oliveira has those really good straight shots. And then the one thing I wish I didn't forget about was those elbows he throws. Yeah, so it's going to be a problem, I think. See, that is the thing. That is something that's so interesting about this matchup too, though, bro. Max is a pressure fighter as well, you know. So it's like two pressure fighters colliding, and then whoever lands the best shots. But you're right. I think if Oliveira can pepper those kicks, the leg kicks especially early on, that is going to be money for him. Dude, that'd be funny. You know, Max is just going to say, I mean, dude, what are the odds that Max says we gonna find out Saturday night? That's got to be like a minus 10,000. What up, guys? We got a couple others here. We got two in the chat. Let's get some more in the chat, y'all. Eight. Oh, we just dropped. We dropped two viewers. Fuck. I hope they talk shit too, though. That helps sell the fight a little bit, you know? I think the biggest thing that there's one thing I've been thinking about for the main event, and that's we don't know yet if the flatline KO from Ilya has like tarnished the chin of Charles because I know Charles won against Mateusz Gamrot, but Mateusz Gamrot is not a guy who poses as much threat from the power perspective. So that is one thing I've thought about is like if Max does land a big shot early, like what if Charles' chin is cracked from that Ilya knockout? Because that Ilya knockout was brutal, but I mean Max did get KO'd too, so I will say from a one shot power perspective, I feel like Charles might have the edge on that. You know, like the straight right. And then there's that aspect of the grappling too, you know? Like what if Charles just fucking gets him to the ground and puts him in really bad spots early? It's a really fun matchup, dude. We don't see matchups like this often. Yeah, you're right, bro. That's not good. That is not a good thing to do. Everybody's done that too, you know? Everybody, like, I feel like a lot of Oliveira's previous opponents have said that. I don't think Ilya said it, though. I could be dead wrong there, but I don't feel like Ilya said that. Man, they're late on this, or am I just like, is my thing not refreshing? Let's go. Where they at? We got hella dude in the freaking live chat. There is so many people just spamming L's. Really, dude? Get out of here. You gotta go. You gotta get out. I had to let the dog out. She's just shaking her fucking head and being annoying. Dude, if Charles gets a first round KO, I would be absolutely shocked. To be honest with you. But look, MMA, it could happen, bro. The thing is, though, is Charles, let's just be real. If Charles does tag Max and drop him, the problem I have going KO there is Charles is not going to throw ground and pound. I think Charles is going to sub him. So I think what we would see is like a similar to the Gaethje fight. You know when Charles just dropped Gaethje with the straight right hand and then he fucking choked him out? That is probably what would happen. And I don't see Max necessarily cracking Charles and getting a first round KO either, you know? Max is going to, if Max gets a finish, I think it happens late. I'm sure he practices it, but I just feel like Charles, like, he's such an opportunistic guy. And I feel like he thinks, I think in like the heat of the moment, he knows his wheelhouse is that grappling. You know what I mean? And so I think he'll know, like in that heat of the moment, that he's going for the sub. But hey, this is why this sport's fucking great, dude. Because we really never know until the night of. All right, I'm getting my I've got the live stream playing in the background, so just let me know if that shit's too loud. And even if you might not even be able to hear it, which is even better. They got Yanni the Greek up in here. Torrin, who do you got in a Pereira versus Gon matchup? If that were to happen. They're promoting the power slap. Oh, there's power slap tomorrow. Yeah, see, I think I'm kind of thinking the same way, Torrin. What makes you go Gon on that one? And you know, Holloway and Oliveira are damn near. They're only a couple years apart. And if you think about it, dude, they've been in the UFC for so freaking long, dude. Yeah, I think Gon is my opinion is that if Gon just eats the big power from Pereira, it's if Pereira doesn't finish Gon, I don't see Pereira winning a decision per se. In my opinion, it'll be interesting to see. I do think if Pereira is able to land some big leg kicks though, and stop the moment or the movement of Gon, Pereira is going to bring a style to that one similar to Oliveira with the leg kicks. You know, yeah. Gon's defense is 60%, which is really fucking good. So yeah, it'll be that would be a fun one. Torrin, what's your take on John Jones? I'm curious. Like, do you want John Jones to come back? In my opinion, I don't. I could give two shits if John comes back or not. I feel like I'm just over the John Jones situation. What's going on, everybody? We got a couple people here. Drop a what's up in the chat. Yeah, I agree. Well, the other thing too that is irritating for me with John is if let's just say John comes back and he beats whoever he fights. What are we gonna like? What is he? He's basically already said he wants to retire anyways. So what's the point of it? Do you know what I mean? Like to your point, what's there to prove? But at the same time, like what does it do for the heavyweight division? It just stalls stuff even more so, especially if they fought for a belt. And at this point, dude, the belt has to keep moving. They can't keep fucking stalling shit with these random big fights and in my opinion. All right, here we go. Press conference is loading up here. Max, what does this fight mean to you? Charles, how are you feeling about this fight? Do you think you're going to win? Also, the other thing with John coming back, dude, is he puts that undefeated UFC record on the line essentially. And that's a big risk. We got RoboCop in the house. Shout out to Gregory Rodriguez. Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson's got the fedora. Drew Dober's the man. Raul Rosas Jr.'s got the jean outfit on. No shirt. Nice. Good for Raul. Crimson Chin. Okay, I'll take it. All right, I see someone's in here. Whoever you are, I appreciate you. I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick. Oh gosh. Before they run this. Let's go. Hey down. All right, we got 4 viewers. Let's go. 4 viewers. Now 2. What up, guys? Drop some chats. Max Holloway's walking out, y'all. Charles got the purple suit on. Let's see this shit. Dana's there, guys. There we go. Saturday night, baby. Yeah, fat ass Saturday night. Hey, guys. I'm pulling up a counter. We're running up a counter for how many times Max says, you know, why don't they let him fight in the gloves? It's fucking stupid. I got a counter going. We got Charles looking like the Joker out there, boys. What's up, guys? We got a counter going. Max has said we're going to find out Saturday night twice already. Saturday night, guys. We're getting the White House card. Here we go. Wow, Dana doesn't seem affected by the Eddie Hearn stuff. Hey, look at RDR's got the fucking sheepskin Sherpa hoodie. Where's no bromo? like that.
So, what is it about Raul that generates so much buzz that makes this fight feel bigger than all those other names that you fought?
Man, you heard the pop he got when he walked out here. The kid got, he's got that little hit factor, and he's buzzing. I like big fights. This feels like a big fight, and I'm more than welcome to the bantamweight division, and with a big knockout on Saturday.
Outside of fighting for the title, do you think Raul is possibly the biggest name you could get on your resume, considering, like you said, how popular he is, who his audience is?
Yeah, 100%, man. Like I said, like look at his Instagram, look at his following. People like him, so it is what it is,
Similar question for Raul. Rob's fought some of the biggest names in the bantamweight division over the last few years. What do you bring that someone like Rob hasn't seen?
But I think my youth energy, I'm going to go out there. He already knows I'm going to try to finish him every single second of the fight. And I expect the same from him, so I think it's going to be a pretty great fight, and I'm excited to share the octagon with somebody like Rob Font. That's what I've been looking for since I got into the company, fighting names like him, the best in the world, and test myself, so I'm ready for this.
Question for Drew Dober and Michael Johnson. Drew, you bring the most knockouts in lightweight history in this fight. Michael, you bring the most knockdowns. What are you guys expecting in terms of each other's power in this fight? And do you see this ending any other way but a knockout?
I don't know. I mean, he's super, super tough, but I do know he plans on hitting me real hard. I plan on hitting him extremely hard. The goal for me is let's make this a long fight, so that way it entertains the crowds. Man, I just know he's putting his best foot forward. I'm putting my best foot forward. And we're blessing this card with a banger of fireworks. And, man, I can't wait for Saturday. How about you, Michael?
I agree. He's definitely, one of the toughest guys in the division, leading with the knockouts, and I'm leading with the knockdowns. So we're going to see some fireworks.
Look at that. Michael Johnson's got the swag on, too.
Most fight time in UFC history. So you've been seen more than anyone else in this octagon. What else do you have to show in your UFC career, and what else do you want to show before this is eventually done?
Man, I got another undisputed title on my mind right now, man. I want to go. A lot of people are telling me that I want to be a two-division champ. They're saying this BMF title makes me a two-division champ. I don't believe them. I want that gold. So first things first, Charles Oliveira. It's reminding me that I'm in the octagon for too damn long, man. What the hell?
Lastly, for Dana, with these BMF fights, it's been kind of a tradition to have someone special present the title in the octagon. He said he wants his wife to do it. Charles says he wants his father to do it. Can you make that happen for the winner of this fight?
Done. Bruno?
Hey, someone asked Dana if they're going to raise the bonuses.
Vocês têm uma missão e a chance de voltar fazer sua missão. Qual é o plano e como fazer sua missão?
For Bruno Hope and for Gregory Hope, RoboCop. On Saturday, you have a lot of legends here in the station. They're all going to be fighting. You have a chance to steal the show. What is your plan to steal the show on Saturday?
We belong here, man. That will be the night of rematch, right? So I'm excited for that one.
RoboCop, baby.
Everyone knows, man. RoboCop when he step inside the octagon, it's gonna be a lot of action, and this fight's gonna be on Fighter.
Bom, então, eu espero que ele esteja preparado, porque sábado, né, eu ouvi dizer aí que quem sou eu, né, quem seria o cara, né, para lutar com ele essa noite, se ele não batesse em mim, quem ele bateria. Então, dessa forma, eu sempre fui um cara cordial com os meus adversários. Sábado vai ser uma guerra, tudo tem para ser a luta.
É isso, mano. Tá pronto pra isso. Eu assinei o contrato, a gente vai. Vamos ver. Você fez uma vez, então você vai ter que fazer de novo.
Listen, I said this before. Like, I hit him once, but who was I when I got to hit him once? Here I am again. I'm very cordial to my opponents, but I'm ready to do it again. And that's why RoboCop answered with it.
Sábado a gente resolve.
Saturday we'll settle this.
Yeah. Só preciso de 15 minutos contigo lá dentro.
All his 15 minutes with you, buddy.
A última vez você teve 5.
Last time he had 5.
Vamos ver se vai fazer de novo, então.
Let's do it again. Let's see if you can run that back.
Estou pronto para isso.
I am ready. I am ready for it. Let's go.
Charles.
Shadows.
A gente está numa era onde muito se fala da
Man.
importância do lutador também. Chamar atenção
Hardly
fora
any
do
English
octógono, saber
questions
promover
here, guys.
E a gente vê uma luta tão
What's going
importante
on?
de dois atletas que pouco fizeram isso. Na verdade, nunca se promoveram através de provocações e trash talk. Qual o segredo, qual a mensagem para a nova geração de lutadores? Max Holloway também, por favor.
For Charles and for Max as well. This is we know that this is an era of promoting your fights, selling your fights, and everything else. And you two became legends without, saying things to other people, saying bad things, selling the fight for what it is. What is your advice to people like you? How would you say? How did you manage to get to this point without selling the fights like that?
Cara, na realidade, o nosso MMA é algo novo. Né? E pegar dois caras, duas grandes lendas como nós dois, que venderam a luta sempre mostrando respeito, carinho com o próximo. Isso é algo gigante, não é criança, é adulto. Meus filhos estão sentados ali, tipo, eu quero mostrar para eles que os pais dele é uma pessoa do bem. É isso que a gente tem que mostrar. Aquilo que a gente faz aqui dentro é aquilo que eles estão vendo. Se a gente faz coisas ruins, com certeza eles vão ver e vão querer fazer coisas ruins. Aqui, de verdade, tem dois caras que merecem lutar por esse título, pelo aquilo que a gente é, por aquilo que a gente representa, não aqueles caras que pegam o telefone, o microfone para falar um monte de besteira.
This is new. Two guys that have managed to get to this position by being respectful with each other, by being respectful to other people. We sell fights by fighting, by the things that we do inside the octagon and outside the octagon. There are kids. Every time we're doing things, these fathers of a family, man, my kids are here. They're always watching. The good things that you do, kids will follow. The bad things that you say will follow as well. We are guys that are here, always respectful. We're not the guys that pick up the mic and say crap.
We gonna find out Saturday night, baby. What's going on, guys? We got a couple viewers here. Charles looking like the Joker tonight, y'all.
But TriStar has been huge. It's been a blessing just to have that one coach to kind of like run everything. Go in there, shut my brain off, get straight to work. It's Montreal, so it's train, sleep, back to train. There's nothing to do out there. The weather is horrible, so it feels like a full camp. Back home.
Damn, I didn't know Rob Font was training with those guys. That changes things a little bit. Hey, if any of you are in here, let me know who you're picking between Dober and Johnson. I gotta get ready for this, guys. There we go. We got 3 fucking Saturday nights, baby. What's up, guys? Clint, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, dude, the Eddie Hearn thing is crazy, man. It doesn't seem like Dana really cares. Someone asked him at the press conference. Keen, what's going on, man? How you guys doing tonight? Keen, it's late for you, man. Yeah, dude. And so my understanding, Keen, he basically has nothing to do with boxing. He signed with Eddie as a manager. So Eddie's just going to be his manager, but I think that's still going to help him a lot. Clint, I think to your point, Eddie's going to be able to he's going to be able to really negotiate, I think, a lot better than most guys, you know, just given his background. Keen, are you playing Resident Evil 9 still? Quiet. My dog's barking. Sorry, guys. But yeah, Eddie doesn't seem, or Dana didn't seem to care that Tom signed with Eddie as a manager. You know that Tom's totally doing that though, as a little bit of a troll, which is hilarious. Hell yeah, Keen. Hey, did you see that I tagged you in that post that Jan tweeted? Dude, Dana's been pretty bad. Yeah, the White House card, guys. I'll be honest. The one thing about the White House card that's gonna piss me off is if John Jones is on it. Yeah, dude. It sucks because the UFC is still like Keen. He said he's releasing the card on Saturday night after the fights, so probably Sunday morning your time. You think so? I feel like UFC is still, at least for me, it's still like more important, obviously, but with the amount of money they've got for boxing, I mean, dude, they're able to put on some fun events. But dude, like if we're being honest, the that Terrence Crawford fight, Terrence Crawford versus Canelo did not live up to I think what it was built up as, you know. But dude, there's some fun fights. There's still you got I don't know, Shakur Stevenson, bro. That dude pisses me off. He there could be a big fight between like Shakur and Ryan Garcia. I'm gonna be honest. Uh it's either like if you have Gervonta or Ryan Garcia in fights, or even like Caleb Plant. Those are boxers that are gonna bring a fun fight. You know what I mean? Dude, I gotta say, guys, the press conference is fucking dry as shit. But they always are. They're never that fun. Dana's definitely not like it is not the Dana that we know from before. Clint, you're absolutely right, bro. I agree with that. Dude, that's the thing. It's like I get that they're like pure boxers or whatever, right? Like that's the whole point. Like, but dude, Shakur Stevenson is not only boring, he's fucking cringy as hell to me. Like the way that Shakur is, yeah, Keen, he does. It's sick, dude. I read that shit and I was laughing. I had to tag you in that. He totally fucking. I love how Jan is like I had to wipe the tear because I had to kill zombies. That shit's so cool. But Quinn, I feel like Shakur. So he was talking all that shit, saying how Ryan's not that big. He's like, you're not even that big. And then when Ryan tried to get that fight going, Shakur's now saying that he's not fighting Ryan at like Ryan's weight class unless there's a rehydration clause. But before he was saying he doesn't need one. Yeah, right. And then also like he couldn't even finish. I mean, they don't finish people, bro. It's not fun. At least, at the very least, bro, Devin Haney. At least he fought Garcia. I know, dude. Devin Haney's whole fucking charade though after that fight was absolutely embarrassing. But at least Devin Haney, I think in his last fight, he knocked somebody down. So I'll give him credit there. Southpaw TV funny, yeah, dude. I can't. I'm not, dude. Is that the dude that looks just like him? There's a dude that looks exactly like Shakur that I've seen. Yeah, 10 strikes around in a boxing match is fucking abysmal, bro. That is fucking abysmal. Should never happen. Dior, come on. Let's go. You're gone. You gotta go. Sorry, y'all gotta kick my fucking dog out. She's just barking her ass off. Yeah, dude, see that, okay, but you know what? It's the We have the same thing in the MMA situation, right? Like you have the diehards who are like, there's gonna be that grapple fucking type person who's like, oh, Kamzat versus DDP was just a masterclass. And it's like, no, it was a fucking horrific fight. And then same thing with boxing though. You're gonna have like the technical. It's just such bullshit, bro. What really makes me mad is I really fuck with Terrence Crawford. The one thing that he loses my fandom for is being so tight with Shakur. Because Shakur actually pisses me off, bro. Like he is someone who like very easily makes me mad. Dude, Ryan is totally Ryan Garcia is one of the most exciting fighters to watch because he has a style that makes it engaging and interesting. It is what it is. As much as people want to hate on Ryan Garcia, which also, I'm going to be honest, I don't think that Ryan Garcia actually was doping. I really don't. And also, if you look up, like, whatever he had, the amount that he had inside of his system for, like, the drugs, the Ostarine, it was not enough to even provide him an advantage. Dude, Anthony Joshua, though, is... He is one of those boxers, and heavyweight boxing is always worth watching for that reason. Torrin, I agree, bro. These conferences suck, bro. That was so bad. It's those press conferences are fucking dog shit. Like they're really just for us diehard fans. The thing that sucks, guys, is the UFC has got all of us basically like some crackheads, right? Like they can put out like a stepped on product because they know that we're gonna fucking watch the shit. And the press conferences don't even need to have hype because we're still watching it. Oh yeah, I bet Keen. Dude. If you stayed up that late to watch that, I'm sorry. You know, you were getting some good gaming in though. I'm gonna try Resident Evil at some point. I gotta get it, dude. It's hard for me to lock in with games because I've been so focused on the channel. You know. See, that's the problem though, Johnny. And shout out, bro. I'm happy you're here. In the boxing realm, it's just like I don't know. I think maybe it's because I'm such a purist with MMA. I'm okay with guys losing and having a good fight, you know. Whereas in boxing, it's like it's almost rewarded for being kind of like I need to keep my O. See, Torrin, that was a whole build up too. And honestly, if you really think about it, as crazy of shit Sean Strickland says, I think that a Sean Strickland versus Kamzat press conference could be an opportunity to be a very big deal, you know? Yeah, dude, I've seen that shit. I've seen that. I've seen that, Clint. I don't really believe the whole. But even then, even if he did pop, like let's just say Ryan was taking some shit, the amount that was in his system was not enough for him to really even have an advantage the night of. Now, my understanding of Ostarine though is that it gives you an advantage from the perspective of like recovery. I don't know. At the end of the day, bro, Ostarine in or out of the system, Devin Haney's getting knocked down from that left hook because he had no defense. Torrin, let me know what you think though of that. Like, do you think a Strickland versus Kamzat press conference would go crazy? Ooh, fuck that, man. Dude, I don't know where these moths and these fucking gnats and shit fly from. I'll randomly have a gnat in my fucking room. I don't know where the hell it came from. Yeah, Torrin, that's actually the summer kickoff. Isn't that how we got the Jeremy Stevens line from Connor? They had like that huge, table of all the different people. Ronda Rousey was there. A gnat Like they're those little fucking bro. I've never had to explain a gnat before. Literally, I almost just explained a gnat by calling it a gnat. So yeah, Torin, dude, I don't know. They did do that for like the winter stuff. Yeah, it's kind of like a tiny. Bro, this doesn't even do justice. Here, let me get a fucking picture of this shit. See, these are like close up photos though, so this is not. This is not it. That's what it looks like. But bro, you can't see when you see a gnat, bro. You can't see all those details. It's literally like a little speck. It's basically a fruit fly. Yeah, dude, the UFC needs to promote way better because this. I mean, think about it, guys. You got a new fan base really coming into this. You know, with Paramount. Um, this is not going to sell people. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. Well, you know what? That's another thing, guys. It's the matchups. And this is actually what you guys are speaking on, in my opinion, is a big reason why the UFC is going to start doing they're going to start going away from like that ranking system in a lot of ways because right now, like for instance, if we really talk about this, Kamzat versus Nasruddin Imavov, those two guys are just going to be super respectful, you know, not a lot of shit talk, and it's just going to be one of those press conferences. Whereas if you put Sean Strickland in there, and I get, dude, Sean Strickland's an absolute liability for the company with the way that dude runs his mouth, like in the shit he says. Now, do I think it's hilarious? Yeah. But it could be a liability. But at the same time, you're going to be seeing a lot of like vitriol. He's going to be calling Kamzat the Chechen whore. Like, there's going to be things happening there that make that way bigger. All right, Torrin, I got to disagree there, bro. Just because you know I don't want to shell out any extra funds if I don't have to. And I gotta say, dude, I was having to stream the fights for a long time, for like a couple years, and it has been an absolute blessing to like just have Paramount Plus running and not have to worry about like the quality of it. You know what I mean? So, selfishly speaking, I don't know if the I get what you're saying though. Are you saying, and this is actually something Gerber was talking about today on his stream, like there's the UFC can kind of put together really shit. They can put together shit cards, you know, because they've got their money in the bank. It just doesn't matter anymore. But outside of that, that is where we run into the situation, right? Where they're not necessarily like forced to put on super entertaining cards. So it's all like, who would have fucking thought, man? Who would have thought like changing the business model like that could actually impact the quality of the card? I don't know, man. It's UFC's definitely like these press conferences have been dog shit for a while. You know what I mean? Yeah, they are, dude. It actually makes me mad. Bro, you've been inspiring me to talk about the shorts more. I actually dropped a comment, I think, on a post recently, kind of going in on the sponsorships. Like the UFC could easily templatize their shorts, right? So they could be like, okay, here's your shorts. Here are 4 spots or 5 spots on the shorts where you're allowed to sell in sponsorships, right? And look, they could even go as far as doing sponsorships and then being like, look, just similar to like the drugs that the UFC fighters are allowed to use and not use. They could have a list of sponsors that are like allowed and not allowed, right? I don't necessarily agree with that aspect of it, but I'm saying like if they need to go that route because of their obligations, then fine. But do something to allow the fighters to make more. Zuffa belt is Chuck E. Cheese belt and isn't recognizing any other boxing belts. Well, dude, that's what's crazy. See, Clint, you know what's crazy is like what I've seen from a lot of boxers. The reason they're signing with Zuffa Boxing is solely because they just want to be active, and it just boils down to being active. Because I think the problem with all the other organizations, which, dude, that the whole boxing belt system is why boxing has not worked for years, in my opinion. Like I've been a casual fan of boxing. Like I'll always watch boxing cards, especially if they're big ones. But the ranking and belt system just does not make any fucking sense to me, bro. Yeah, I will say though, because I like watching combat sports, I'm always tuning into Zuffa Boxing because they've been doing those Sunday events. So it's like, for me, dude, like tomorrow, I'll probably watch fucking Power Slap. I'm not gonna watch Power Slap like, oh my gosh, did you see this person's the champion now? I'll throw that shit on in the background. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, the Zuffa, dude, what the fuck is Zuffa anyways? Like, oh yeah, I work for Zuffa. It's a weird ass fucking name. It's like some weird shit that Dana and the Fertitta brothers came up with. Remember when UFC went to Robach back in 2015? A lot of fighters lost money. Yeah, yeah, Reebok. Yeah, absolutely. Because bro, Reebok was shelling out like what? Oh yeah, here's your little promotional fucking money. Like, you know, if you're a fucking newcomer, you get like $1,000, and then the top guys, I think the most you would get paid is 40K, which 40K is decent, but bro, 40K ain't shit compared to like, dude, you know what? We did this before. Let's just fucking Google this shit again. What did Brock Lesnar make for his UFC sponsors on shorts? Yeah, because I remember he had Jimmy John's on there. He earned $5 million in disclosed pay during his initial UFC run. So Brock learned $5 million from UFC payouts alone. But it doesn't say the amount. But dude, you got to think Brock Lesnar probably was making millions from that. Wait, I thought Phil Davis. Yeah, you're right. Rampage has said that. He said it pissed him off. But didn't Phil Davis get kicked from the UFC because isn't he the one that fucking punched Josh Koscheck after the fight? Do I have that right? Or is that another guy? No, it is another guy. Phil Davis is a different dude, I think. Yeah, Phil Davis. Oh yeah, Phil Davis is still fighting, wasn't he? Or he just recently. They gave the yeah, dude. They totally gave the fighters personality. I mean, you had Chuck, right? Like Chuck with his fucking thing, and then you had like the dudes that got the bad boy shorts or even the tap out. Then some guys had affliction. Like it added a lot. It totally added a lot. But also, like, dude, the thing is, as a fan of the sport, I personally want to see these fighters make as much as they can. You know what I mean? Like, so to me, they are warriors. Like to get locked in a fucking cage with a person who's the same weight as you and wants to fucking kill you. I think you deserve to wear a pair of shorts that says, you know, fucking McDonald's on it. And at the end of the day, like I don't get the whole like, oh, it's not professional. Dude, it's not professional for the canvas to be covered in fucking ads then either. And then, hey, Torin, this is something I was bitching about on my last live stream. The UFC has also completely taken away the opportunity for fighters to promote themselves in their walkouts, because most of the fighter walkouts are fucking ads now. So that's another element that it's like the UFC is not even guaranteeing their fighters an opportunity to promote themselves in the walkout. Like, I was even saying this to the guys that were in my chat the other day. It's like if I walk out to like a Young Jeezy song, or I walk out to like a specific song, like I don't know, like if I saw someone walk out to like a Project Pat song, I'd probably have instant respect. You know what I mean? And then you build fans that way. You get fans to like want to watch or tune into your fights. And then if you come out and you have like a whole shtick or something, like for instance, like Khabib kind of really revolutionized the hat they wear, you know? And you had fans buying that then. And like you don't get that if that fighter never gets that promotion. Oh, for sure. No, you're right. That's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying. Like it's a cop out, right? It's a cop out of like, oh yeah, dude, it's just unprofessional. No, it's because you want to have all the fucking money. Dude, I fuck with Thurman. I fuck with Thurman. Who did Thurman just beat? He just beat fuck. He just knocked that dude out. Oh fuck. No, dude, that's another thing, Keen. They don't listen to the community. That shit's annoying as hell too. It's because they've built this product that is so big. It's like it's so big it can't fail. Is how they feel. Thurman just beat somebody, and he was like the old unk. Well, exactly. Yeah, you're right. He's Australian, right? Yeah, dude, that fight was sick. Thurman's a beast, bro. It's sad that he was held back because of injuries, pretty much, right? But yeah, dude, Keen, I agree. We really do know best. Now, I think the one thing where it's like the UFC, I think, has made some good decisions is, and if you really break it down and you think about it, it's hard for the UFC to promote a fighter who has no finishes and no, like, okay, for instance, I'm not trying to shit on Mavzar, but like looking at Mavzar as an example, like 9-fight win streak, but no finishes. And look, there's Mavzar hasn't had complete, like he has had very boring fights, but he has had some fun fights too. Like his Diego Lopez fight was a fun fight, but it's hard for the UFC to promote that. Yeah, bro, Keen, I have seen that shit, and Torn, you're right. Like I do think it's cool, but dude, you guys know what's even more fucked up about the UFC, and you've probably seen this. The UFC will collect fighter kits, right? So the best example is Caitlin Chukagian. I think she's Caitlin Sermonara now. I think she got divorced, but they took her fucking fight kit after she fought and sold her shorts on their website for like I don't even know, it was like $1,000 or something. She's like, I literally didn't even get like any of that money. And it's like, how the fuck are you guys gonna take the shit? That's where it's like, if I was a fighter, I would be like, no, you guys can't have my fucking fight kit. I'm taking my fight kit. The same way that Poirier did. Poirier, at least, that's why you gotta love Poirier, guys. Like, he took every fight kit and sold it at an auction for his charity, which you got to appreciate. No, Mavzar's never gotten a KO in the UFC. Nick Diaz overrated? I don't think so. I think Nick Diaz is a really good fighter, but I do think that dude, Nick Diaz got fucked over, guys. He got fucked over bad. Like, he was suspended for 5 years because of fucking weed. That is abysmal, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, dude, the UFC at the end of the day, unless you create a brand for yourself, and like, honestly, a great example of a guy who's been able to kind of use the UFC vehicle to his advantage is Sean O'Malley. Like, I get that it's not for everybody, but Sean O'Malley has used that vehicle of the UFC probably the best in modern day for building his own brand up. But at the same time, I also can see why there's a lot of fighters. Dude, these guys just want to fight. They're not fucking, they don't want to be anything but a fighter. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. Nate smoking the press conference is hilarious, bro. Bro, Nate and Nick Diaz are part of the reason I got into UFC. My buddy that does jiu-jitsu, when we were kids, he was literally showing me fucking Nick and Nate Diaz highlights. Dude, the way that Nate would just fucking flick people off too, like for no fucking reason. Yeah, dude, that I don't get it. I really don't get the fucking. Well, and dude, the thing is, if the like that's why I was trying to say the UFC, if they're coming from that place of like, oh, it has to look professional. That's where I'm saying you could you do a template on the shorts, right? So you could be like, you got to wear the Venom fight kit, but on the Venom fight kit, they could open up multiple spots, right? Like I'm thinking you could put a spot like at the near the hip area. You could put a spot at the bottom of the shorts, a spot like on the ass, and be like, these are your specific sizes where you can fucking put your sponsors. Like they could easily do that and still have a professional looking setup. You know what I mean? Dude, Nick made fights exciting, and so did Nate. So my first full card that I watched, like I watched, I guess when I was a kid, like I can't remember like specific cards. So I'll say my first card as like a true hardcore was UFC 239. Believe it or not, John Jones. I bought fucking UFC 239. I had a friend help me move from like my house that I sold. Or I didn't sell it, but I bought a house with a friend and then he bought me out. But I had my friend move me from there to my girlfriend's place. And I was like, if you help me move, I'll buy UFC and I'll buy dinner and we could watch it, whatever. And bro, check this out. I buy this UFC. The opening card of the main, or the opening fight of the main card, if I'm not mistaken, was Askren getting KO'd by the flying knee. And me and my friend were fucking screaming. And that is the dude. The rest is history. First full card was 300. Well, I was there, Keen. I went to UFC 300. So that is a fucking crazy card. That's even crazier than the one I got. That is a crazy card to fight. Dude, UFC 300 live was crazy. Clint, your dad likes Nick and Nate. Dude, they really, bro, Nate, how about when Nate fucking beat Connor and they're like, everybody's surprised. And he's like, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers. That shit was, that was electric, man. See, like obviously I wasn't watching UFC fully then, but I think I would tune into those fights somehow. I don't remember how, but like you would see them. You know what I mean? That's another thing, Torn. Like when, you know what's another thing that's fucking stupid? They're trying to put, so they created those custom gloves, right? For that Max is selling now or whatever. But the UFC won't let them use the custom gloves in the fight, which I think is stupid. Opinion on the second fight for which one? 300? Yeah, that's stupid, bro. And if anyone deserves like, oh, second fight, Conor versus Nate, dude, that shit was a bloodbath. I gotta rewatch that one. I definitely think Conor won, but then, dude, the thing is, when you watch a Conor fight or a Nate Diaz fight, I almost think I know visible damage is part of the scoring, but like, I think if you're a judge of a Nate Diaz fight, like, you got to let some of the blood pass because he's just, dude, that guy's got such bad scar tissue. It's not even like he's damaged that bad. He just gets cut open fast. Yeah, I remember Nate getting pieced up in that one. It was a bloodbath. Yeah, they won't let Holloway wear the custom gloves. They're like being sold at an auction, which is still cool. But like, and you know what? Max is doing something cool with that, bro. He's doing it like it's going to the charities that he runs, which I fucking love. But why can't he wear those? You know what I mean? Like, what is stopping? Like, it makes zero fucking sense to me, bro. Like, I would love for the UFC to have like, what is the explanation as to why they can't wear custom fucking gloves? And dude, you know what's even more funny is like, how about the UFC doing that? They did that whole 40-minute video where you had like the people who designed the new gloves and they're showing the stitching and all the technology just for the fucking gloves to be scrapped, which I'm pretty sure John Jones had a hand in. He's like, I don't like these, and they just fucking scrapped them. I gotta say, guys, if John Jones gets an opportunity to fight on this White House card, I think that it's one of the least deserved things in my opinion. I get that John defended the belt more than anyone else, but for him to walk out the way he did and still get this opportunity would be fucking mind-blowing to me. I think so too. You know what, dude? Chandler gets so much hate. Chandler, like, name a fight that Chandler has ever been in that was boring. I've never seen a boring Michael Chandler fight, especially in the UFC. Yeah, Torrin, I think he wants to wear those though. That's the thing that, like, I agree with you. I feel like he should do something else. You think Dern's gonna be on the White House card? I think Dern versus Wei Lee would be a fun fight. But dude, I also think, I love Wei Lee. She's had some amazing fights, but she's also had some fucking bad fights. Her fight against Zhao Nan was not that good at UFC 300, I'm going to be honest. And as someone who was at UFC 300, there were literally fans like taking a nap during the Dern, or not the Dern, the Zhao Nan versus Wei Lee fight. Quiet. Quiet. You know what? Why it's such bullshit that they would not give Chandler that fight. It makes no, like, dude, and that's the thing that, dude, if you want to talk about someone that pisses me the fuck off about Dana White, Dana gets asked that question. He's like, oh no, we're moved on from that. Okay, dude. Well, why the fuck did you do Ultimate Fighter then? You did the Ultimate Fighter with these two, and you hyped this fucking fight up just to scrap it for no fucking reason. Don't even get me started on that shit. That pisses me off, bro. That it's shit like that where, dude, you know what? Dana is the king. Dana White is the king of pissing on your foot and telling you it's raining. He does it every time with everything. It's like, oh, like John Jones, I don't trust John Jones. And now John Jones might be fucking headlining the White House event when he wasn't supposed to be. It's just constantly. Dude, fuck MMA Joey. That guy, I don't got anything good to say right now about him. I think Joey makes fun content, and I think he's good at making content. But dude, the way he talks about Chandler as if Chandler's not one of the most exciting fighters, it's just, yeah. He's just, yeah. I don't even have. It's hard for me to find words to say. But Torn, I don't know if you saw. MMA Joey literally blocked me on X because I called him out. Yeah, that's exactly right, Clint. That is one thing that you have to give respect for too. Is like Joey's built an audience. You know what I mean? He's built, and he's got a shtick. I mean, bro, like for me, I think the growth of my channel and my engagement, it's not even anywhere near his, but that's because I'm never gonna like change who I am to get views and shit. I feel like he's found his base of people, and a lot of people hate watch. You know what I mean? You've never seen MMA Joey, bro? That's crazy. I can't believe you've never been exposed to him. Yeah, he blocked me on X, y'all, because he tweeted that shit about Yuri, and I fucking called him out. Dag MMA. I don't think I've even heard of him. Let me look him up. Dude, how do they cuss you out, dude? You're like one of the best subs, bro. Fuck that, dude. Dag MMA. Who the fuck is this guy? Oh, he's still pretty he's still growing here. He's got 2.73. Canada. Dude, he says that he's got 113-0 amateur boxing record, 15-0 MMA record. I don't know about that, dude. Yeah, I don't know about that. He doesn't, just based off the looks of it. I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy that he cussed you out. Fuck that guy. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't even know who this guy is. Oh, I didn't know that you could do that shit on Tapology. You could actually see people's picks and stuff, like who they've picked if you go on there. Yeah, I think he's full of shit. I mean, dude, if you saw this dude, you would not think that he's like, bro, if you had a 113-0 amateur boxing record, why are you making content? You know what I'm saying? Okay, guys, I gotta fucking reply to some asshole. Some guy tried to say, look how long Tom's held up the division. Because I was shitting on John. And I'm like, homie, if John held the fucking heavyweight, or if Tom held the division up the way that John has, we'd be in 2027 already. Dude, when AJ lost to, I gotta say, that knockout loss from Andy Ruiz, that shit happened like right before my birthday too. When that happened, bro, I got so into boxing from that. When Andy Ruiz got that KO, that shit was crazy. And Torn, yeah, he's gotta be. It's fake. It's gotta be fake. I don't know, man. There's some, you know what, guys? While we're on this, I got to get your POVs because it's fucking, I got in a whole ass debate the other day with this fuckboy on X, and it was about Tom. And dude, I've gotten in a lot of debates with these people, but this dude tried to say, name me 2 elite heavy, like no one, I've been asking people to name 2 elite wins from Tom Aspinall, and no one can name 2 elite wins from Tom. So my initial response is like, well, Tom beat fucking Sergey Pavlovich by KO. He beat what's his fuck? Alexander Volkov, round 1 sub. And then he beat Curtis Blades by round 1 KO. Yeah, exactly, Keen. Tom Aspinall changed Pavlovich. He changed the Pavlovich we've seen today is not Pavlovich that Tom fought. Tom literally changed that man. So, Clint, exactly what I said. This fucking dude, we go back and forth. He tells me, he literally goes, those guys are not elite. And like we keep going back and forth, back and forth. It gets to a point where I'm like, the only heavyweight this guy thinks is elite is Cyril Gane. That's the only guy. He's like, Cyril Gane's the only guy with like movement and blah blah blah. And like, dude, we were just going back and forth. This dude tried to tell me that because he's like, oh yeah, Cyril boxed Tom, used Tom's head as a punching bag and boxed his head off. I go, is that true? Because last I checked, Tom landed more significant strikes to Cyril's head than Cyril did Tom. And this dude goes, wow, bro, you must really not watch MMA because you're using stats. Like he's like, the stats are made up. Like, okay, buddy, yeah, $1 billion fucking sport, just make stats up. And then I said to him, I was like, okay, dude. If that's the case, I guess, you know, why do sports keep stats, genius? Explain that to me. He can't respond to that. And I said, okay, if you think stats are fake, then John Jones' title defenses don't matter. And then the guy goes, okay, you're trolling me now. Because I literally was able to uncover he's a John Jones stan. And the reason he was fighting so hard and saying how Cyril was winning so hard was because John Jones beat Cyril. That's the only reason why. Dude, you're absolutely right. You guys are absolutely right about Pavlovich. I'm like, Pavlovich was not only on a 6-fight win streak, he knocked out the best guys in the division in the first round. Like, dude, Pavlovich, when he was on that marauding tear where he knocked out Derek Lewis, he knocked out Tai Tuivasa, he was terrifying. Dude, I really think Pavlovich, bro, Tom Aspinall, like, he fucked him up, bro. He changed the way that guy fights. I think Pavlovich ever since then has been like gun shy to a certain extent, like just afraid to like get caught, you know what I mean? Which you can't blame him. Cuz the way Tom caught him was fucking beautiful. But yeah, dude, I got to stay off X, man. I keep getting in fucking debates with people. And a lot of times they're just trolling, you know what I mean? But wait, I'm going to show you guys something though. And I hope you guys can see it well. But this dude was trying to tell me. So I guess there's this other fucker on X who posted this video, okay? I'm going to see if I can pull this shit up. Okay, well, first of all, this dude tried to tell me that Tom landed 0 clean strikes on Cyril. So this is what I replied to him with. Because you guys know my breakdowns. I fucking go frame by frame with my shit. I go, no clean strikes? What's this? Kicks fucking Cyril off his goddamn leg. Almost falls down from a fucking leg kick. But yeah, no clean strikes, right? So I sent that to this guy. This guy replies to me with this other dude's post, which this other dude on X did this stupid ass shit where he counted clean strikes, okay? Where he was counting clean strikes versus non-clean strikes, right? So I'm hoping you guys can see this okay. So he shares this with me and he's like, yeah, bro, get the F out of here. So if you watch this full video, it's like a fast forwarded video of their fight, right? So watch this shit, guys. You're going to just watch the clean strikes here. You're going to see this move up, okay? But also try to keep an eye on this strike here. We're going to go frame by frame. So Cyril throws this is a jab from southpaw. Is this fucking working? It doesn't fucking hit Tom. Look at this shit. This does not hit Tom. Right? Like, tell me if you guys are watching, tell me you can see this. This does not hit Tom. The strike misses Tom. He adds a fucking clean strike for it, though. It does not even touch Tom. And he adds a clean strike. So I replied to the guy. I go, this has got to be a fucking joke. Like, watch the fucking video you just shared. He doesn't even touch him with that punch. And the dude added it as a clean strike, which is an absolute fucking joke to me. Yeah, dude, but you know what, Clint? I agree. The issue is though, dude, this is another thing that I got to give Tom credit for that people just have forgotten in that fight is there was the fight ending eye poke, but no one wants to talk about this eye poke. So I shared this with that asshole too. This eye poke happened midway through the fight. Watch this. Cyril like blitzes forward, right? And Tom actually has some fight IQ here because you'll see he goes for the leg. So watch, as Cyril blitzes through, Tom goes for this takedown. But watch Cyril's fucking fingers. Fucking right in Tom's eyes. So that was the first eye poke that happened. And then we saw the one where, he went knuckle fucking deep. But, it's shit like that I think is bullshit. Like, because it's just like people act like Tom didn't try to, implement that. It's hard to take a dude down. No, I think this is actually a good takedown attempt because watch, after he does it, Cyril falls. Actually, I don't know if I have the full clip. Cyril falls down because Cyril was not ready for that shit. And I think the other thing too, bro, is Tom was not in a lot of cases when Tom went for takedowns in this fight, it wasn't actually he was fully going for the takedown, but more so flaunting it, right? Like, hey, I can do this type thing. But still, dude, how is Tom supposed to take him down here if he's getting eye poked? Like that's gonna stop a dude from grabbing the leg if you get fucking poked right in the eyes. But at the same time, it's just I want to see Tom come back and right the wrongs. It's also crazy to me. People fucking hating on Tom. Tom has a 100% finish rate. I don't know how, in what world, people I've literally seen people say Tom is a boring fighter. Can anyone explain to me how that's even fucking possible? You finish every fucking fight and you're somehow boring. It's fucking nuts. But yeah, dude, I had to share that with you guys. I would share my fucking X shit, but I don't have that logged in on my computer. But dude, it was I went back and forth with this dude. I was going back and forth. I was kind of trolling him though. Yeah, exactly, bro. That's exactly how I feel. And dude, that's what's people are saying he's boring. I'm like, how is that fucking possible? Not only does he have a 100% finishing rate, he has the shortest amount of time in the octagon in UFC history. And no one wants to give him credit for it. Exactly. Hey, Keen, thanks for stopping by, bro. If you can, hop in on Saturday. Yuri's dude, Yuri's very similar. Yuri is, I think Yuri has 2 fights by decision, if I'm not mistaken. Neither one of those are in the UFC. Yuri is absolutely, he's cut from the same cloth, bro. I'm going to look up, I'm pulling Yuri's shit up right now. Here we go. So yeah, Yuri, 88% finishing rate with KOs, 9% submission rate. So 88, 9, what is that? Fucking 95%. But bro, if you look at his UFC record, Yuri has 0 wins or losses by decision in the UFC. Straight up a live by the sword, die by the sword. Hell yeah, Keen. Dude, And that's the thing. You guys, if you've been watching my stuff, you know, like my big thing about fighting, especially in the UFC, is just I want to see guys finish fights. That's why I don't give Kamzat a pass. I don't give Islam a fucking pass. Like, you're supposed to be the best in the world. I don't want to fucking see you grapple fuck your way to a goddamn victory. Do something. Right. And that's the thing. People always shit on Ilya. Ilya fucking finishes fights. Alex Pereira, same thing. That's exactly why on my channel, guys, you're always going to see me fancy the finishers. Like, I don't, dude, if you can fucking wrestle people, I really could give two fucks. Because, like, wrestling is one thing, but actually finishing a fight with wrestling is a different thing. And, dude, what's crazy to me is there's people out there that would rather see John Jones fight to a decision than see a Tom Aspinall fight where it's probably ending in a finish. And you know what? Even that, like Max Holloway, he does finish fights, but realistically, he's actually pretty decision heavy. But the thing about Max, though, Max will win a decision with 200 significant strikes landed. And that gets a pass. Because I love watching guys be fucking fight. I don't want to see you hump a dude in the cage. It's not enticing to me. Like, just fucking, like, okay, it's okay to wrestle, but try to finish the fucking fight. That shit is just like, I don't understand how people like actually enjoy watching that style and enjoy seeing someone not try to finish the fight. It's actually nuts to me. And then on top of that, to call a true finisher fucking boring. Like, get the fuck out of here. All right, boys. This was fun. Yeah, the commentary's the worst with it, too. You're right. Especially, like, DC when it's a wrestler. Just fucking absolutely glazes it the whole time. And look, dude, I get that it is mixed martial arts. I'm not saying we have to scrap wrestling. Just my big thing is just if you are not a guy who goes for finishes, you're not going to win me over. Like, if you are a guy that is like, I'm okay just winning this decision, and it's the same thing in boxing. And I think in boxing, it's actually more common to have like decisions, right? Because it's so technical and stuff. But even then, like, the reason I fuck with a Ryan Garcia fight, Ryan Garcia throws with bad intentions and wants to knock people out. And, you know, a lot of times he does. And when he doesn't, it's usually a fight where he's either losing or he's kind of, you know, going back and forth, getting knockdowns and shit like that. So I don't want to see you fucking jab a guy's face off and that's it. Like, it's just not fun. But I'm going to hop off, guys. It was fun. If you guys are free, hop in on Saturday. We'll do the live stream for 326. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.